A very warm welcome back to TED Talks and Bowen's Garage. Thank you very much for joining me. This is a new week, another week in the motor trade, our little garage in Ross-On-Wye. If you're new here, thank you for joining. Please do click the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you enjoy what I ramble on about this week. Nice quiet weekend, ready to rock and roll for another week. The dog is much better. Thank you very much for all your nice comments on last week's weekly. It's been a rough few days. She just wasn't getting better. Vets didn't really know, and they were talking about sending us to Bristol to a specialist for an endoscopy and all that sort of. Horrible for the dog, horrible for my wallet. But anyway, she's turned a corner and she seems an awful lot better. So thank you for all your nice comments. I do appreciate it, as does my wife. And as does the dog. I've told her, and she sort of wagged her tail a little bit. So she's on the mend, which is good. We're feeling a little bit more relaxed now. So hopefully we have quite a normal week. Not too messy, and just, you know, we can just crack on and start the month in a good fashion. It's the 4th of August, so we're well into August now. The weekend sort of, you start on the 1st, you hand over a load of cars, and then you're 4 days into it without really knowing. Kelly's off this week in the office, so I'm going to be in there most of the time with Mark, running the desk and that sort of thing. We've bought quite a few cars over the last few days, just been chipping away at it, just chipping away. I am going to see Joe at Borough Motors later in the week, shifting metal, as you all know, I'm sure. So I bought 3 off Joe, Mercedes C-Class, a Seat Ibiza, and a Suzuki Vitara, all grey. It's a field of grey, but nice cars. They've been prepped, so they're ready to go, I hope. So we're going to go down and see Joe later in the week. I'm going to drive down. I'm going to take 3 of the boys with me, because 3 is a really awkward number for transport. Lots of guys can do 2 if they've got a beaver tail and a trailer or whatever. 3, and you can't really get 4. You can get a transporter. 3 is just a really awkward number, which will be quite expensive. So I've decided I'm going to take the boys, all 3 of them, Ty, Lee, and Callum. We'll drive down in this, and then they can drive the 3 back. So we're going to save a little bit on transport. We're not massively busy getting cars out. Obviously they've got quite a few to get through, but I just think it's the best way of doing it. I'd like to see Joe. Haven't seen him for a little while. So we'll go down, and I might do a bit of filming while I'm there. I'll see what he wants to do, because you don't want to start treading on his toes if he's got content he's getting out. So that'll be good. So we're going to go down and see him later in the week. We had quite a lot of people on the pitch on Friday, as I spoke about before at the end of last week's video, and I gave lots of them my card, and none of them contacted me over the weekend. So we'll see if they, I guess they know that we have the weekends off, so maybe the phone will light up this morning, or maybe I just didn't do a good enough job towards the end of last week. We will see this morning. I've got a test drive on the Skoda Citigo, which is on our Hereford site at the moment, in Ross tomorrow morning, so the boys will sort that out today. We did have another inquiry on the same car over the weekend, so I need to let them know either way after. So hopefully that car will get sold this week. Other than that, it was pretty quiet on the phones. We've had a couple of inquiries overnight, email sort of inquiries. We've got a driving instructor who wants to come and drive a few cars, which is never, she's not even specific about what cars, which is difficult. So we've asked her to maybe try and be a little bit more, you know, do a little bit more homework and see what she really thinks might be a good option, and then maybe come and drive 2 or 3 rather than driving 10, which is just, I mean, it's just not productive, destroys the pitch. So we try and avoid that as best we can. So we'll see if anything materialises with that, and we'll see if anything materialises from the end of last week. This morning, and I may do a separate video on this, I'm not going to promise. If I have done a separate video, you will find it in the description. I'll put a link, and if I haven't, then you won't. But the Motor Trade Millie is in 6-7 weeks time. middle of September, and that's where we're taking our £1,000 part exchanges across France, Germany, to the Nürburgring, drive it around the Nürburgring, come back, sell them at G3 Bedford, all for charity, all in the name of charity. So yeah, we've forgotten that it's coming up rather quickly, or we haven't forgotten, but these things just spring up on you. So it's 6 or 7 weeks. We need to get cracking getting those prepped. So the boys are going to shoot up to our storage facility first thing, and they're going to get the 2 cars that we are prepping back. We're going to MOT them this morning, see what they need, and then get some bits, make sure they're safe, because it's quite a long trip. It's like the 1,000-mile round trip, hence the melee part. So they need to be safe. We've got 2 cars we're prepping, one for myself and my dad that we're taking, which is quite a cool car, I think, and one for my good friend Malcolm over at MB Motors in Ballymena, Northern Ireland. I buy quite a few cars off Malcolm. We're good friends. It's a big effort for him to, I mean, it makes it expensive. Obviously it's for charity, but there's like a £1,000 budget. But if he's buying a car over there, prepping it over there, and then he's got to get it to the Eurotunnel, so he's got to get it across from Northern Ireland to here, then through the mainland. It's a right hassle. So we had a car that cropped up, and I said we'd prep it for him, and he can just pay me the money, and then we'll do it that way. So 2 cool cars. I'm going to try and do a separate video just showing you a bit of showing you the cars, obviously, and then showing you a bit of the prep that's going to go into them to get them road safe, Nürburgring safe. If you follow the Nürburgring, or you know what goes on there, there's been some big accidents in the last few weeks. Unfortunately, a couple of fatalities. So they call it the Green Hell for a reason, and we're taking £1,000 part exchange bangers there, which is a little bit frightening. I've been there before, went last year, if you've been following for a long time, so I sort of know how it works there, but not in a £1,000 banger. And it seems that people have lost their minds there this year, and they're just driving way beyond their capabilities. There's some, like I say, massive crashes at the moment, which yeah, obviously I don't want to go there and kill anyone, kill my dad, kill myself. So we'll make sure the cars are safe. So that's that, really. Yeah, I'll keep you updated as always, and we'll see how we get on. I think the plan for the month is, as you know, July was exceptionally busy, but we're well into the summer holidays now. August, notoriously not very busy. So we are really bringing back the expectations for this month. We've got a VAT bill to pay next week, which is not pretty. So that's going to sort of limit our spending to a certain degree as well to buy new stock. We've got quite a bit coming in, which will take a little bit of a while to get prepped. So I think, naturally, you can't just be selling unless your setup is absolutely nailed on. The staff are working at 100% of their ability all the time, which isn't realistic. And from our side, I just don't think we can keep up. I think it will be a quieter month. I would like to think if we could do 20 or 22 retail. Trade is trade. Trade's quite easy to, you know, the part exchanges, we'll either get part exchanges or we won't, and they're very easy to move on. We've got lots of people who buy from us. So the trade stuff's pretty irrelevant, but the retail side of it, we did 33 in July. I would like to think we can do 20, 22 in August is like a realistic figure to try and aim at. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll catch you later. So it's Monday morning, 8:30, and we've had our first new arrival of the week. This is a cool little car. I really like the look of this one. 70 plate, 2020 i10 N-Line. Look at that. It's like a, I think they call it polar white, but it's like a whitey, bluey, grey kind of job. We've got black roof, black mirror caps. We've got these lovely looking diamond cut alloy wheels, which is very nice indeed. Got bits of N-line sort of stuff. So it's a 1 litre turbo petrol, same as in the Kia Picanto GT line. We recently had a black one of those. Now, this has done a few miles for the age. Well, it's coming up 5 years old now, and it's done 53,000 miles. So it's about average mileage, but obviously slightly higher for us then, potentially. But it's really nice. It's got its original carpet mats. This is how it's arrived. So nice and clean and tidy. Steering wheel's good. 53,200 miles. You've got this cool little N-line gear stick. I think it's got Apple CarPlay, reversing camera, nice bit of red stitching. Just a good looking little car. It's been serviced 6 times, so it's been done right the way through its life. So it's been done more than every year. You've got those twin little tailpipes, but it's in a low insurance group still, group 10. So nice low insurance group. Sensible fuel consumption, 100 brake horsepower obviously. Yeah, I like that. And it's going to be 10 grand, which I think is excellent value for money for a very good looking little car. Timing chain engine of course as well. So yeah, happy with that one. Came from the same home as this Audi. So a Prestige garage down in Berkshire. That's a little bit old for them. Most of their stuff's 3 or 4 years old. That they took in part exchange, which doesn't fit their profile at all. So we did a deal on them both, and they're both really nicely described, which is good news. So we'll crack on and get that one advertised. This is for Michael in the comments. We're dotting it up. There we go. Look at that. The valve and the dot. So this is the lightest part of the tyre, I'm told. And this is the heaviest part of the tyre, which is something I didn't know. But now we do. Or now I do. So, there we are. Right, it's Tuesday evening. Hope you're all well. And it's been a busy couple of days. Again, very busy. But good. Busy is good. It's good for my head, it's good for everything. If we're busy, everybody works better. The mood here is better when we're busy. So I'll run you through what's happened the last couple of days. And as a little sort of midweeky update type of job. So Ford C-Max is now getting around to being valeted. This is quite a beast of a job, this one. Callum's been on it for quite a bit of the day. It was really, really dirty when it came in part exchange. So he's been doing a bit of content for his own detailing TikTok sort of thing, but it needs a proper bit of love in this one. The wheels were horrible. The paint was loads and loads of tar on it and whatever else. So it's looking a lot better already with a set of number plates on it, and it's had a good wash. But it needs quite a bit more yet. Came in part exchange, that one, so, but there's a nice little margin in it for us to do something with it. It's just taken a good amount of time to get it valeted properly. Renault Captur, this is sold, and this sold before we had a chance to valet it, picture it, do anything with it. This came from Plymouth, Mannheim, and a guy popped in who has bought a car off us previously, and I'll show you that when it does arrive next week, but it's a Seat Leon, which we sold to him with about 48,000 miles on, maybe 50,000 just, excuse the voice, and it's now done a whopping 130,000 miles in 3 and a bit years, so he's done 80,000 in it in 3 and a bit years, which is some going. Anyway, when he bought the Leon off us a few years ago, he actually part exchanged one of these Captures in like a petrol blue. And he'd seen that we had this one come in, and it was time for a change again. So he's gone back to what he knows. This is a nice iconic spec, so it's got a good level of trim. He didn't even sit in it. He came round, he said, I've seen it on the website, I like the colour. If you can give me what I want for the part exchange, we'll crack on, and crack on we have. There is a couple of little dings there just for Lee to do. He was in the other day, but he didn't have a chance, and obviously this wasn't on the priority list because we hadn't even washed it at the time, but hopefully he's going to come back and get that sorted before the customer has it early next week. The only thing we've noticed, Gary's just got it in to get the work done. It needs a couple of tyres, it needs front brake pads and discs, usual stuff. But the radio, and we've had this before on these, the FM and the AM work perfectly, and all the buttons work, sat-nav works, but as soon as you click on DAB, it sort of freezes the screen, and then won't work, and you can't click on anything. And we've had it on one of these before, and it ended up, I think it needed a new interface, potentially. So we'll get that sent off. Obviously you don't see that in the reports for the auctions. Dave's coming in the morning, so Ty's got that ready for him to paint in the morning. He's also going to do some wheels on the Fabia that's over there. Motor Trade Melee cars. I'll show you that little... There's the corner. You might have seen it as I came out anyway. That's one of them. And there's another one, which you might have seen inside. That's next on the hit list for a valet. That's still in the queue. These have arrived today. Now this is a Mini Cooper diesel, 1.6, yes, 61 plate. It has done 11,000 miles. 11,000. It's been owned by one owner since it was a couple of weeks old. It had done 10 miles when he took ownership, and he's had the car ever since. But it's been serviced 9 times. It's got the chili pack, it's got the half leather, cruise control, DAB, Bluetooth. 11,000 miles, cheap road tax, and in really nice condition. Nice black coachwork. Wheels need a bit of a freshen up, and there's a little bit just on there where there's been a little scuff, but I've got that on Dave's list to do when he's here next. But other than that, it's extremely clean and tidy, as you'd expect at 11,000 miles, really. Nice little car. This has also arrived today, another Ago. Just love these little things, they're so good. Very reliable, time in chain, cheap road tax, 20 quid. This is a sat-nav model, which is nice. So it's got the built-in sat-nav, it's got reversing camera parking sensors. It's done 41,000, 43,000. Excuse me. 6.5 grand. Low insurance group. Perfect little first car. Dave's doing a few wheels on this tomorrow. This has been here for couple of weeks or more now, but we just haven't got round to doing anything with it. So in the last 2 days we've sold five retail cars, which is great, including the Capture inside. We also sold the Skoda Citigo today. Had 2 people on this one in the end. We bought this back from the Hereford site to be done, to be looked at here. They've already got a Citigo, and I think the son is having that one, and they're having this one. Cool looking little car with the black roof and black wheels, always popular those. Same as the Volkswagen Up and the Seat Me, aren't they? So that one's sold. We've also sold the Qashqai. This wasn't in long at all either, was it? This arrived a couple of weeks ago. I think we pictured and videoed it on Thursday, maybe last week. And had a couple... They came and looked at it on the weekend when we were closed, and then they came back yesterday. Had 2 test drives. So they came and drove this, and then they went next door to the Vauxhall garage to have a look at a Ford Puma. Then they came back, had some lunch, and then they drove this and decided to go for this one. And they've got a cool, very cool looking Audi A1 S Sport Nav, S-Line Nav maybe, 1.4 in grey, but it's got the upgraded black alloy wheels with the silver rim round. It looks really nice. I think it's done 70,000, well, it might have just ticked 70,000 by the time it comes in, but that's going to be a cool little car, which hopefully we will retail. Polo you know about, so that's 3, isn't it? Jazz, all that jazz. This sold this morning. Took us a little while to get this one ready in the first place, to get the dents done with Lee and get it valeted and whatever. It just kept getting pushed back for whatever reason, but then as soon as it's been on sale, it's been really popular. We've had, I think we'd had 3 or 4 leads on this one. But again, a returning customer has bought it, which is fantastic. This will be their 3rd car from us now. They've had a 108 and a Fiat 500 in the past, and this is going to be another family car for them. Cheap road tax, nice colour, good spec, really reliable.
importantly, the seats fold completely flat in the boot, which was good because the guy plays golf. So again, really nice to be doing it locally, repeat customers. It's going to come back for MOT and service. We've looked after their other cars anyway, so that is good news. Sportage is now mechanically ready. That had front pads and discs and a service and an MOT. Other than that, it was all good, so that just needs a good valet and machine polish before the customer takes it early part of next week. Did I show you this yesterday? iX35? I think I did I? Maybe. No, I didn't. I'm not sure I did, actually. 1.7 diesel. 23,000 miles. Again, been owned by just the one owner since it was very young indeed. Really good Hyundai service history. It's had a recent full service at Hyundai as well, a couple of months ago. 14 plate, 7,750 this is going to be. 23,000 miles, diesel, economical. Same as the Kia Sportage, so I'm sure that will not be here long at all. Q5's now pictured, videoed, advertised. I don't like the sticker in the window, but is what it is at the moment. But it's just lovely, that car. If no one buys it, the wife's having it. That's for sure. We haven't got around to doing anything with the N-Line yet. Qashqai, the other one. This is now pictured, videoed online. We've had a busy day of doing pictures and videos and whatever else, as the weather's been okay and it was awful yesterday. So that's now on, fully advertised. We've also sold the Dacia Sandero. So we sold this one yesterday as well. This was the 5th one. Oh, we actually sold it this morning. We had confirmation, but the guy came and drove it yesterday. Lives just up in Ross. Has already got a Duster, and they were trying to make do with one car, but it's just not working out. So a second was required, and thought a Sandero would fit the bill. Really nice condition. 10,000 quid. Can't say fairer than that. So that one's gone as well. We're going to do the 4th service on the car. The 4th manufacturer service is due in October, but we're going to do that as part of the sales process. And the 4th service is a big one, so it's spark plugs, oil, air, pollen, but would rather it was right and all up to speed. Mazda 2, this is all fully valeted, pictured and whatever as well now. I just think these are fantastic little cars. They're so underrated. They look good, they come really nicely appointed, they're economical to run, they're bloody reliable. Excellent little 5-door hatchbacks in my opinion, and this is a really nice one. It's got diamond cut alloy wheels. We haven't had them refurbished, they are absolutely spot on. And cheap road tax as well. So there we have it. It's been a busy couple of days. In terms of tomorrow, 4 of us are off down to Barrow to see Joseph and the rest of the Barrow Motors Shifting Metal gang. I bought 3 off Joe, which we're going to go and collect in the morning. So, and I'll hopefully have a go on his new racing simulator that you may have seen. Just show him who's boss. Just show him who's boss. You know, set a lap record that can't be beaten. So we're going to fly down there in the morning, 4 of us. We'll probably leave here about 9ish, so I'm going to come in early doors, put some proxy bids on cars that are at... Wednesday is the big buying day for auctions. If you're new here, you've got Washington. I only buy from Mannheim, really, auction-wise. We've got Washington, Plymouth, Birmingham, Leeds, all tomorrow morning. So I'm going to put some bids on. Probably buy absolutely nothing, as seems to be the way at the moment. And then we'll crack on down to Barrow. I'll drop the boys off, and obviously I'll probably stay and have a little bit of a chinwag and a catch up with Joe, which would be nice. We've got a Merc and Ibiza and a Vitara coming back from that. So that'll be tomorrow. And then, yes, just a case of keeping on advertising, keeping on prepping, keeping on doing all the exciting things that being a car dealer is. So there we are. That's Tuesday. We'll catch you all later in the week. Right, it's Friday evening. We're wrapping up. It's 6:10. It's been another really hectic few days. Just seems to be, excuse me, pretty relentless at the minute. To the point where, we're not getting stuck into that whiskey. This cake was very nicely delivered to us this morning, and we got served at, well, the boys have tea break at 3 o'clock, and it's now 5 to 6, and I've barely even one little nibble off the corner. So it's been a very busy after this disgrace. I was looking forward to that. It'll be dry as anything now. But let me explain what's been going on. I'll come back to that. That's for another day. So it's been crazy, to be honest. Don't know whether I'm coming or going. Civic, paint's done on that now. Dave did this the other day. So the boys have started to valet that. It's just had a wash. Nothing further as yet. Capture is going out on Monday. So they have done the outside pretty much. Just needs tyres and whatever. I think it's somewhere near. I think it's going out Monday afternoon. But this one sold before we had a chance to valet it or picture it or do anything with it. So yeah, that's coming along nicely. That'll be going out Monday. Now, I'll pre-warn you, when we go outside, if you've been watching for a while, there are cars absolutely everywhere. Everywhere. Which is all good fun, but I just feel like I'm a car park attendant, to be honest. And I'd much rather be a car park attendant in Monaco, or Dubai, or Qatar, or Singapore. Not Ross-On-Wye. But that's what it feels like. I'm just a glorified car park attendant at the moment. Everybody else is selling all the cars. I'm just moving them around, trying not to smash them into things. Right, I'll start at this end, and then we'll wander round. Oh. Dacia Sandero Comfort. I bought this afternoon off a lady doctor who is moving to Canada tomorrow. We gave her a price this time last week, and she called us up on Monday to say she was happy with that. And then she said, well, can I drop it off Friday late afternoon because I'm going away emigrating Saturday morning? Absolutely. So it's a 22 plate, it's done 19,000 miles. It's a comfort spec, so it's exactly the same as the red one over there that we sold the other day. So it's got Apple CarPlay, reversing camera, sat-nav, but it's got that nice big screen you can see on the dash there. It's done 19,000 miles. She bought it direct out of the main dealer as the second owner. There's one little, very small, smart repair for Dave to do on the front. Other than that, just a valet and it'll be ready to go. This arrived overnight. So this was here when we got here this morning. That's the 2016 Renault Megane diesel. It's the 1.5 DCI, which is bloody good engine, as we know, on the whole, apart from that one duster that we had, which I need to talk about. Really nice car, 50-odd thousand miles, one owner from new, been serviced every year. I think it's got 9 services. It's got Michelin's all round, sat-nav, half leather, cruise control, rear parking sensors, cheap road tax, 6 grand. I'll eat my very old shoes if that doesn't sell pretty quickly. We bought a few cars off Joe of Shifting Metal fame and Barrow Motors yesterday. I went down and saw Joe, which was great. Let me have a go on his new racing sim, which was good fun, and met the boys, met Ben, and caught up with the editing crew down at the farm, and bought 3 cars off Joe yesterday. One of which was this little Ibiza FR technology. It's the 1.2 TSI turbo 3-door in the nice grey. This has done 68,000 miles, loads and loads of service history right the way through its life, and a massive spec for a car of this nature. It's got sat-nav, it's got Apple CarPlay, it's got cruise control, Bluetooth, DAB radio. Really, really nice spec, and it's only 35 quid to tax, and that's going to be, well, that's on the website, 6.5 grand. It's been prepped by Joe's team. I think it had a couple of lower arms looking at their paperwork and a service, just a couple of wheel edges, which I think we'll probably touch in on a car of this value, to be honest, but other than that, a valet and we're good to go. We had a test drive on this Mini this afternoon. This is the one that's only done 11,000 miles. We haven't touched it yet, it's just as it arrived. I bought a trim to go on this side, which is arriving on Monday. But the lady just rocked up and asked if she could have a drive. She's got an MG3 to part exchange. She just doesn't like it, simple as that. She wants something with a bit more zip, but cheap road tax and all that sort of thing. She liked it. I just think we're going to be a little bit far away on part exchange values and cost to change, because this car is 7 years older than her car, and she's going to have to pay us quite some money. So I'm not sure that's going to pan out. Lovely little car nonetheless. I need a refund off Chops. I'm going to be claiming for a tyre under warranty. This is the one that he dropped up for me the other day. Flat as a pancake. How dare he? This is an interesting car. I mean, it's not. It's a silver Astra H. But I actually bought this for retail, believe it or not. And there were many eyebrows raised. And the transport guy, Martin, our transport man, went to get it. And he said, that's the sort of car you normally sell me. What the hell are you doing? Anyway, let me explain. 2007 Astra 1.6 petrol, which was a good engine. I don't care what anyone says, it was a good engine, nice and reliable. It's an elite model, so I'm not going to open it, but you get a lovely spec. I don't know if you can see in there. You've got full leather interior. It's heated leather nonetheless as well. 2007, remember. Cruise control, power folding door mirrors, aircon. It's done 55,000 miles. Gentleman's had it since it was about 3 months old, so essentially a one-owner vehicle. It's got Michelin cross climate tyres all round that are in fantastic condition. 16-inch alloys that are in fantastic condition. The car itself is in fantastic condition. It's done 55,000 miles. Loads and loads and loads of service history. Cam belt's been done. Just a proper old car, and I think that will definitely do. In fact, I don't think it will, because we advertised it at 3,250. Very hard to value with this mileage and spec and ownership. 3,250 we put it up at yesterday afternoon. We haven't touched it. It's as it arrived, and we've taken a reservation on it this evening. The guy's going to pop down later this evening to have a look when we're closed, and then he's going to come in on Monday morning at 9 o'clock to take it for a spin and hopefully be good to go. So yeah, there's something about these old cars that I just really like sometimes. Something with a good story, brilliant ownership, brilliant service history, fantastic condition for the age. Headlights just want a bit of a buff. Other than that, nothing wants doing bodywork wise. It's got an MOT for like 11 months with no advisories. Has barely had an advisory throughout its life. Just a proper well-maintained old car. And it's got a really nice specification for the age of it as well. So it was a no-brainer to buy that and retail it. And I think, hopefully, my call on that was justified. Right. Into the sold section of the... oh, I don't know what you call it. Scrapyard. No. So, Suzuki Vitara. This was another one we bought off Joe yesterday. And we've sold it this afternoon, which is excellent news. 21 plate, done 29,000 miles, 1.4 booster jet. Again, a really nice spec, sat nav, reversing camera, fully prepped by Joe. It's had tyres, it's had really good service history. We bought it back yesterday afternoon, advertised it last night, had an inquiry overnight from a workshop customer who's got an old cash guy that's done 140,000 miles to part exchange, came in this afternoon, drove it, done deal. So that was in for 24 hours, which is really good news. iX35 also sold this afternoon. Ty sold this one on finance to some customers who popped in earlier in the week looking for this type of vehicle. Again, we haven't balloted this one. It wasn't pictured, it wasn't videoed, it was literally as it arrived from my good friend Raz up in Cumbria. 23,000 miles. Lovely service history, lovely condition. Diesel, very straightforward inside. That was 7,750 and sold again within a couple of days. Qashqai we know about, Jazz we know about, that's prepped now. This Qashqai is prepped. Sandero is prepped. So all these we're running out of room pronto. Kia Sportage is going out on Tuesday, so they'll valet that one on Monday. So yeah, it's absolutely wedged here. Now on the flip side, our Hereford site, we've got five or six spaces over there, but we've been so busy here, the boys just haven't had a chance to get over there. So there'll be a big swap over going on early part of next week, just to get some cars out of the way here, because look, we're packed. We're absolutely packed. 72 plate Sandero Stepway. So this is the higher version of the Sanderos, and this is a 72 plate done 25,000, 27,000. It's called a Stepway Sway. I don't really know what that is, but it's got a lovely spec again, almost identical spec to the two Comfort models, apart from this one has front parking sensors as well as rear parking sensors and a camera, and it's got diamond cut. It's got diamond cut alloy wheels as well. It's had one owner from new, full service history, and that's going to be 11 grand, or it is 11 grand, which I think is exceptional value for that type of car. Nice high driving position. Kia Sportage, this arrived on Wednesday, 46,000 miles, 1.6 petrol. It's a 2 model, so it's an identical car to the black one here. So we've got a few little matching pairs at the moment. 46,000 miles, really good service history, been serviced every year, nice spec. Again, camera, sat nav, power folding door mirrors, cruise control, all that good stuff. That's 10,750. I think that'll be. It just seems to be SUVs. I mean, if you look down the line, it's all the SUV type vehicles that are selling. So, just seems to be the order of the day at the moment. i10's pictured and videoed. Fabia. Wheels are done on this now. Yeah, wheels are done on this. So Dave's done that. So that's next in the queue for valeting. The Evoque's on. Range Rover Evoque is on the pitch. It's pictured, it's videoed, we're into it now. There's no turning back. I mean, it's come up absolutely lovely, to be honest. Santorini black, 45,000 miles. Came from the same home as the iX35 that Ty sold this afternoon. Lovely interior, pan roof. Well, it's a spec sheet of dreams, isn't it? 2.2. It's got the right engine, nice miles, nice ownership, nice service history, cam belt done. Ignore that bit, it's just a bit annoying. But yeah, proper thing. I just really like the interiors on them. It's the first one we've had. It's a nice car. It drives really nicely, plenty of space, really comfortable. Mechanically, I guess we'll find out. This was the third car that we bought from Joe. So obviously the Vitara's sold, the Ibiza we haven't touched yet, and this was the other one, C220 diesel. So it's the 2.1 diesel, the engine that goes on and on and on and on and on. Automatic gearbox, 17 plate, only done 51,000 miles. 2 owners, loads of service history, full leather. Seats are in really good shape actually for one of these. Sat nav, reversing camera. Loads of MPG, all the good stuff, and that's a nice car. I do like that one, and I think that should do well here. Still haven't touched that. That's still awaiting prep. So there's just loads going on. But I will not complain. I like being busy. We all like being busy here. There's a good atmosphere around the place. Everybody's getting on. Everybody's working hard. Couple of warranty issues this week, or not issues so much, but just warranty things that happen. Tris came back with his Q3. Hello, Tris. Comments on almost all the videos, and bought a lovely Q3 off us the other week. Just noticed when he was driving it backwards and forwards on his commute that it wasn't quite getting to temperature. 2 litre diesel Volkswagen engine, common issue was with the thermostats, so it would get up to sort of 85, 80, and then when you'd sit in traffic it would drop, or it would go up to 90 in traffic, then as soon as you drive it again it just wouldn't get up to temperature. So Gary popped a thermostat on. It was actually a bit of a bugger of a job, probably took five hours or so, but anyway, cured it, so that's all good. So hopefully that is that little minor issue. So I wasn't losing any water, wasn't getting hot, nothing drastic, just something that needed sorting. So that's been done. On the flip side, the Fiat 500X, the blue one, which we've had quite some problems with. If you've been watching for a number of weeks, you'll see it's had a few warranty issues. Starter motor is now whizzing over like there's no tomorrow quite regularly, and it's keyless, so you push the button to start it and it goes whoosh, and then sort of stops when it feels like it. You can't take the key out to stop it. So Katie, who bought the car, came in this afternoon with her dad, and we get on really well. They've bought as a family, they've bought 3 cars off us now, and they've also used us for a workshop for a number of years. I sold Katie's dad a Volvo when we were in our infancy here, so probably 10 years ago, maybe even 11 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. So anyway, they came in and understandably sort of said, well look, we're sort of running out of a bit of confidence with this car. It's been here back on warranty probably 3 times, 4 times for different issues, non-starting and a few bits and bobs. So we said, look, we'll give you a refund. But they said, well, maybe don't give us a refund, but we'd definitely like you guys to help find us another car and get us into another car. So they want to do an exchange. So we've agreed a figure for a refund. So we've deducted a bit of mileage because they have had use out of it. They've done sort of 1,500 miles in it. So we're going to buy it back at a slightly reduced rate from what they paid for it. And then if they buy a car from us, then we'll obviously knock that refund off. Or if they choose to buy a car elsewhere, then we'll give them the refund of the figure that we've all agreed between us. So they're going to have a look over the weekend. We didn't have anything. They drove the white Kia Sportage, but it was a little bit big. She's got a young child, so it needs to be pram friendly, but not too massive. Hence the Fiat 500X sort of ticked quite a few boxes. We've got a couple of we've got an Eco Sport, but it's an Eco Boost, and we've got a Focus coming in that's an Eco Boost, which they're not overly keen on. So yeah, so they're going to have a look over the weekend, try a few bits and bobs, and then send us an email with their requirements, and we'll see, hopefully, that we can find something to get them into, because it would be nice to. They've said, they'd like to keep the relationship going, and so would we. So they've been great. It's just been one of those problem child cars that sometimes happens. Every fault we've fixed, but it's come back with a couple of weeks or 3 weeks later with something else. So just one of those. I mean, it's a 10-year-old Fiat, but we've been slightly unlucky with that one. To be honest, it just seems that it drives absolutely fine. I think it's just the starter motor's sticking, so we'll put a starter on it, and we'll probably retail it again because we've spent lots and lots and lots of money on that car. It's had a cam belt, it's had a steering, it's had all sorts. So I think we'll probably crack on with it again once we've done the starter motor. It would be a real shame to bin it because I think it's not a bad car. We still haven't heard from Ford about the Fiesta EcoBoost that we're waiting to see if they're going to do a goodwill on the engine. So we rang them again today and they said they'd come back to us, and we haven't heard anything as usual. And the 2 auction cars, had a couple of questions about this last week, or on last week's weekly. The 2 auction cars, which you may have seen in the previous video, going to auction, getting picked up for auction. We lost quite a lot of money. There's no 2 ways about it. The Dacia Duster we got stitched up on. We bought it from another trader, and it was flat as a turd. And we spent lots of money having it looked at with us, lots of money having it looked at Dacia. Many sensors fitted, couldn't cure it. They then wanted 800 quid to take the turbo off. Said enough's enough. So we came back here, and then we decided we were going to do the turbo, and then it got so busy with sales, it just kept getting pushed back. So we binned it off to auction. The car owed us 7,000. By the time we were done, it owed us about 7,700. 7,700. The car sold at auction for 5,500, plus some commission off and whatever else. So we've lost 2.5 grand on that car. And then we also had the 07 plate CRV come in, which I bought with only 20-odd thousand miles on it, and it was just lumpy. In the morning, it was really lumpy from cold. Almost like it had a misfire or a bit low on compression, something like that. That owed us £3,500, and that's sold in auction for 2,800, minus again a bit of fees. So we've lost sort of 700-800 quid on that one as well. So between the two, it's basically a 3.5 grand kick in the balls. But it happens. It happens. You know, when you're selling lots of cars, it's very easy to get really pissed off about that sort of thing. The Dacia I was pissed off about, because that was a complete stitch up from another trader. But we move on. Thanks for stopping with me for this update. It's been a really good week. It's 9 confirmed sales. We've also taken a reservation, like I say, on the Astra, and we've also taken a reservation, can't even talk now, also taken a reservation on the black Volvo V40R design, which is a lovely, lovely car. That's over on our Hereford site. We've taken a reservation on that this evening as well. So it's 9 confirmed, and then if we do the Astra and the Volvo, it'd be 11 for the week, which is bonkers. What else have I bought? I bought a Suzuki Ignis from Mr. Sam Watts of Watts on Court and the Family Car Guy. Well, hello, chaps. I bought an Ignis off Sam, a 71 plate that was just a bit fresh for him to retail, so we bought that. That's a nice greeny, dark green colour, so I'll get that sorted next week. I also bought a Focus Titanium from Washington Mannheim this morning, which is a 17 plate, but it's March, so it's cheap tax. It's only done 20,000 miles, grade 1. I think that's it. God only knows. Oh, I bought an Audi A4 Avant as well. Audi A4 Avant 1.4 petrol manual S-Line in black, 67 plate with 62,000 miles on it. That's going to be a really nice price range bit of stock, actually. Yeah, that's going to be a nice car, about 12 grandish, lovely. And that is it. I'm off early part of next week. It's my birthday. So going away with a good lady for a couple of days, which would be really nice. Child-free, a bit of... I think we'll probably just sleep up, to be honest with you. I mean, everything with the dog, and the dog's on the mend, thank you. She did have to go... She was ill Monday. Quite ill Monday night. We were up half the bloody night. But thank you for all your well wishes. Went back into the vets Tuesday, and she's been okay. They changed her medication. She's been okay since. Touch wood. So yeah, birthday next week, going away for a few days, so filming will recommence next Thursday when I'm back into work for a couple of days, so it'll be a shorter episode next week. Kelly's been off all this week, she's back next week. It's just people on holiday. Hopefully I might get some other videos out. I would have done one on that Astra, the 07 one, as like a review video, but it's just too much. There's too much going on. But I will, when people are off, when people are all back, and we're all here, I will. It's probably in about November, I would think. But anyway, thanks as always for watching. Jump in the comments, click the like, thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that cracking stuff. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week at some point. Take care.